Welcome everyone to my channel. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. In today's video I will be showing you we have this issue. It has some random misfiring, and we also get this check engine light, and it keeps telling us number 2 sensor circuit low voltage bank 1 sensor 2. So we have replaced all the sensors with new OEM, and we still have the same issue. Some people say it's the engine ignition coils or spark plugs that make cause the sensor to turn on the check engine light, but and here's another code that we got: random multiple cylinder misfire detected. Okay, and then same code again, and then intake manifold tuning valve control circuit open bank 1A. So let's go ahead and delete these codes. Okay, I might need to turn the engine off with ignition on and do this. Delete codes. Yes. Erase failure, but it actually will erase. Sometimes it doesn't work, but let's see. The check engine light is gone. Okay, but it does come on when the sensor. Usually what we noticed is that when the vehicle heats up, then you erase the code and it does not come up. Okay, but when the vehicle is cold and you start it up and for a while, and then it pops up. So here's what we want to do. I'll take it for a test drive right now to show you what's actually happening with the vehicle, and then we will be replacing the engine coils, ignition coils in spark plugs, and after that, if it doesn't make it any better, then we will look deeper in something else. Okay, by the way, some of my subscribers or who's watching me were asking if my cruise control was working after the replacement of the driver speed sensor, and as you can see, the cruise is on. Okay, I'm driving like 30 miles per hour. Okay, as you can see, it's working fine. So if you have ABS system issues, then it can cause your cruise control to fail. Okay, because something ain't right and it just turns it off. Okay, so for now, as you can see, no check engine light or something like that. Everything is fine, but I'm gonna show you when I start accelerating quick, then that's when the issues come up. Okay, now let's go. Look how it's jerking. Okay, look what's happening. Okay, the vehicle misfires, that's for sure. I'm gonna stop again and try accelerating again, and you will notice. And sometimes the check engine light actually starts blinking and making noise. I did good this time, but let's keep trying. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why, but nothing comes up. It used to come up, like the check engine light would start blinking and stuff like that, and it would make like a noise, you know, like beep beep, like slow down or something is going wrong or something. That's weird. The vehicle is acting okay. Not even check engine light comes up, but I'm gonna keep trying. Okay, so I turned the vehicle off, okay, and then started back on, and as you can see, the engine light came up, and my vehicle, as you can see, that's how it's accelerating right now, see? And it beeps, check engine light beeps, okay, it beeps. I'm gonna give it another try. Let's do 0 to 60. As you can see, it's misfiring now. I can feel it. I'll slow down a little. See, it cannot accelerate. So, I mean, at least we got the code. Now we will read the code and definitely replace the engine coils or the ignition coils and spark plugs. Even though sometimes it acts fine, okay, because maybe the coils sometimes work, sometimes don't, but it's better to replace them because I don't think they were replaced with new ones. I've been looking, like there are some replaced that are different in color. The vehicle has 150,000 miles, so usually you need to replace at 100,000. So we will definitely replace them and see if the problem goes away. Okay, so as you can see, I'm reading the codes again, and it says intake manifold, tuning valve, control circuit, open bank 1A. That's the same code. And then random multiple cylinder misfire detected. Okay, and that's the same code again. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start by removing this one first. So pretty much there's 3 over here and 3 over there. So we will have to remove this manifold. And this is the tuner or the turner, the one that we saw in the OBD that was saying maybe this one is bad as well, so we might replace this one, but we will replace it after replacing the if the code still pops up with this tuner or whatever it's called, then we will replace that. But for now, I'm gonna remove this one. I'm using a 10mm. I wanna see if I got the right ignition coils. So I'm gonna remove the easiest one. Okay, that's weird. It keeps spinning. It looks like something. It looks like the thread is broken. That's a bad sign. What should I do now? That's really bad. You see, it keeps turning. This happens when you over tight the engine coils or the ignition coils, and you break that piece of metal from the plastic, which is bad. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing this hose, and as well as maybe this one, or even though it's not in the way, so I can just remove this hose right here, disconnect it there, and probably move it to a side. You can also loosen this one because we need access to that as well. So just loosen. Oh, you need to disconnect this wire here, the sensor. Okay. So I cannot remove this one because it keeps turning. So I'll try to remove another one. Okay, this one works. Disconnected. Now I'm gonna remove the spark plug. I'm using a special spark plug wrench or the socket. It's S5 8 16mm. It has the special spot for the spark plug. a magnet for that. Get it. Guys, if you don't have a magnet, here's what I use. I put this on there and you just turn it this way and you can pull it out. Okay. Okay, so by looking at the spark plugs, they're slightly different. As you can see, this is the new one I got. I don't know if it's gonna fit. Hopefully it does. I contacted the manufacturer. They said it fits, so I don't know, but it looks shorter. We'll see how it works. And I'm also checking the ignition coil. It looks the same. This is the new one, this is the old one. Got them on eBay. So let's see. Okay guys, so here's the thing. I removed these, okay, and they are longer, like I told you, by this much. And by looking at them, I think they are not original and they're longer than they're supposed to be. So I'm gonna install these, the shorter ones, because previously I contacted the seller and they said it should fit. Okay, and it looks like these are way too long, because by looking at this space, like they're sticking out inside the cylinder or something like that. So I'm just gonna go with the shorter ones. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna be installing the new ones. Okay, and I am using my old coil. Okay, this is so you don't drop it, because if you drop it inside the cylinder, this can bend. Okay, and that's gonna be not good for you. Okay, because it may not be working properly, or you know what I'm saying. So make sure, if you're using a special tool, it's better to have like a magnet one or something, but in my case it falls out. Okay, you can use like some tape here so it does not fall, or just go like me using the old one or the new one. This should hold. Okay, once I insert it in there, I can just go ahead, find the right pattern and get it inside there. Okay, so it does not fall. Once I get the right pattern, I can just pull it off like that, and I can use my wrench, socket. That's weird. So now it slips like this one worked fine. Okay, I could still remove it or install it, but that one, the new one, but for the new one, see, if I put this does not fit like all the way, but I can still use it, but I'm gonna use some tape, because otherwise if I insert this completely, then somehow it fits in here. What? And why does it slip? That's weird. What is going on? That's weird. There I cannot get it, but here I can get it. That's weird. Are they different or what? I don't know. Okay guys, I'm changing my mind. These are better, okay? Why? Because once you start putting them in, here's what happens. They completely like sink inside, which is bad. And I cannot, I don't know if you can see that, but they must be longer, okay? They must be longer right here, okay, so you can still unscrew them. Otherwise they sink inside there, and that's no good, okay? That's no good. And then I don't know how I'm gonna remove them, but that's no good, guys. Okay guys, so the good news is that I was able to use some other 16mm socket. Okay, can I focus? With a longer this, and I could barely, okay, I could barely unscrew them. Guys, don't do mistakes like I did, okay? And make sure, say when I was ordering on eBay, it's actually good when there's like fitment, okay, and it says like if it fits or if it doesn't. But since they were cheaper, you know, and I went the cheaper way, and as you can see, that's no good, okay? So pretty much it went like this, and I wasn't able to get my socket on to this, okay, this nut over here. So guys, don't do mistakes like I did. Make sure you get the right part, okay? And if it says it doesn't fit on eBay, then it does not fit, okay? Maybe it would in some cases, but even though I asked about the coils, but they got my VIN number and they said it would fit. I mean, the coils will probably fit, yeah, but I mean, they look kind of the same. Yeah, they look the same, but the spark plugs do not fit. That's why I was saying it did not fit my vehicle on the on eBay listing, okay? So because there's different engine sizes, okay, and this is 2.7, as you can see, and I guess they use longer spark plugs, so I gotta go get the longer spark plugs and install them. Okay, so for this one I used a screwdriver like this. I went like this, okay, and then I used this impact gun, and I was able to lift it up like this, and it came out, but it came out with this. Okay, at least with this, now I can go ahead and glue it in place, and it should stay there forever. For this application, I think I'm gonna use Gorilla Glue. So far, the Gorilla Glue is the best. So I'm just gonna hold this with pliers, okay, and unscrew it from here, and then install it with Gorilla Glue overnight, and then use it. Okay, so I'm using this kind of glue, Gorilla. Okay, to get this stuff glued. Yeah. It's hard to pull it out. As you can see, I got this out. Make sure you don't bend it if you have any issues with this stuff. So. And just leave it overnight. I have tested this glue. It's really good. It even holds the mirror to a glass, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold this. Okay. Now I'm gonna remove the bolt. Just push it in all the way and remove the bolt so it does not glue together. Okay. Okay guys, so as you can see, I put these in just for now, because since I have wrong spark plugs and the store is closed, I'm gonna get them tomorrow morning, but for now I'm gonna keep on removing everything. So let's get started. As you can see, there's like 2 bolts here. Okay, mines were missing. Same right here, so you need to disconnect that over here. Now, and of course these right here, and then you will have to pull this one out, this pipe, and probably disconnect this one, this wire here. Let's do this. I'm gonna disconnect this right here. Okay, that was easy. Just press this and it comes off. What else? This pipe, and also this one right here. Oops. Let's It's in the way. Okay, just bring it this way. Looks like something is holding somewhere. Let's disconnect this. Like I said, this one here and this one here. Let's put them away. Okay, I'm gonna also take these hoses off, as well as that one. Okay, this one if possible. Let's keep going. Okay. I'm not sure if this hose is holding. Yep. Take this hose off. Right here. Here are the coils. Just gonna put a clean rug over here so nothing falls inside, and we can continue to work on the coils and spark plugs. reason my thing does not hold the spark plug is because I'm missing that plastic inside, like this. That would be holding the spark plug, but I'm missing it, so that's why I'm gonna be using this method like I showed you. Put it on. And as you can see, they are kind of burnt. See, they should have like this thin pin on the bottom. Like if you look at the new one, you see this pin on the bottom is longer, so that's why you can't have misfire or something. So sometimes you can fix this by tapping this closer to it. Okay, tapping this closer to this stuff. As you can see, this one's better. This one's not that good. So I'm just gonna put just to close the holes, right, and leave it overnight. Okay, so we are using anti-seize because we have aluminum head on the engine.
I'm just gonna put it here in the beginning, and it will work itself in, and I'm sure it will be enough.
So we are tightening it just with hands because according to the repair manual, it says it's not required to use the torque wrench, so you can simply tighten this with your hands. Okay, now we are installing the ignition coils. Once we installed the spark plugs,
just push them in.
Just push them in, and
it's pretty straightforward. Block it with a bolt,
and just put the bolts in.
You sure that's the bolt? Yeah, that's the bolt. Just look.
Okay, just then put the bolt. Put the
just take
electric
the bolt
wire.
Yeah. Make sure you tighten
don't
the bolt.
over tight the bolt because
it sits in the plastic.
Because this is what's gonna happen.
Tight. And put the wire connection back in there. Simple.
Okay guys, so I showed you about this, and as you can see, the glue holds very nice, so just don't over tie so you don't break it. And same to all of them, be careful when tightening them, don't over tight, okay, just enough to hold. Okay, so all the coils are installed. Now we're gonna install the intake manifold. Okay, so we cleaned this part, and also you can replace these if they are bad, but ours are okay, so we're gonna just install it.
Did replace it.
And it's also kind of hard to insert this, so there's like a special
this is the transmission access port.
So you insert it from here, right?
Yeah, I inserted it from the bottom there. See this right here? This kind of groove. So So you go like from the top going down, and it went in.
Okay.
So it should be good, easy.
You got it?
Yeah, we're good. Get it good. Get it good.
Is it sitting good?
You?
Okay, so we tighten those. Now there's still hoses. Don't forget to install the hoses.
Yeah, hold on. Can you try the bottom one there?
The big one.
Will go? No? We need to untie it all?
Not sure.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think we need to release that and insert that hose, the metal hose. Okay, so we disconnect it. Okay, now. Good.
Got it now?
Yeah. So guys, insert that one first, okay? The metal hose, and then put everything
all the hoses
in.
Get all the hoses back in place.
It's better too, yeah.
There's another hose.
Yeah, a small one.
Small one. No other hoses. That's it. Where is that hose? There's another hose, isn't it?
Good question.
There must be another hose sitting on the top of that hose.
Okay guys, so we had to remove this again because this hose right here is the vapor hose that's going from the engine, from the bottom over here. So we left it over there. We had to remove it in order to get it out. There's two connectors. Trying to figure out which one.
Should be this one.
Oh, one goes over there.
Yeah. This should be it. Now this one.
And the other one.
Connections. Oh, this one right here, 100%.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Should they go from the top or maybe from over there, from the back? Can this one reach over there?
No.
Yeah, so they go from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lock this one.
That's it.
Connect this. Then we're gonna tie this and that. So make sure this one is right here. Then torque this as well, just hand tight. Also make sure that this goes right inside here.
All the way, yeah.
All the way. Then tie this one. Oh, and there's another connector. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Put the hose back in. Now we just just need to install that from the side, and it should be good. Okay, so we have check engine on, and now we're gonna erase the codes. You need to turn off the car only with ignition on. Erase codes.
Enter the scan.
Yes. Okay, so we are erasing codes. Okay.
Hopefully they'll never come back.
It says failed, but it will actually erase.
It did?
Just start the car.
Yeah, it did.
And then, yes, no check engine light. So let's take it for a test drive and see if something pops up. Okay, so we are testing it. No check engine light so far. No misfire or anything. 0 to 60. No problems whatsoever. Okay, guys. So the check engine light came up, and we are checking the codes, and there are no misfire anymore. Okay, there's like only one code that was on here before even the misfire started. So not sure how to fix this issue yet, but we will still be solving this issue. But as you can see, two same codes. Okay. Oh, two sensor circuit, low voltage, bank 1, sensor 2. And like I told you, we replaced the sensors with exactly OEM new sensors, okay? And it still has this issue. But as you can see, the misfire is gone. The vehicle runs smooth, no issues. But we will be working on the check engine light. We do not want it to be lit, okay? So guys, if this video was helpful, like the video and also subscribe to my channel.